When you tell someone you're a good person, you make their death inevitable. When you tell them, be respectful, be kind, be understanding, you lock them inside an invisible cage. The world tells you to be good, and you become good. So where are you now? Standing quietly on the sidelines, watching others take the spotlight, distracting yourself by saying, my turn will come. It never does, because the game doesn't work the way you think it does. The winners in the game you obeyed never played by those rules. While you were saying, I believe I'm right, they took everything. While you were saying, they don't deserve this, they took everything. While you were saying, one day justice will prevail, they built empires. Being a good person didn't make you strong. It just made you invisible. Modern morality is a control mechanism for the weak. They offered you empathy, kindness, and humility. Why? Because when you stay quiet, others get to express themselves. When you are understanding, they feel entitled. If you're always there, no one looks for you. Accept this truth now. Respect is not earned by willingness. It is earned by absence. Everyone talks. They explain, defend, persuade. That's why they're weak. The one who talks reveals their need. The one who stays silent becomes a threat. Silence is a void. The human mind fears voids and feels compelled to fill them. When you stop talking, the other person panics. What are they thinking? Do they hate me? Do they know something? You're just waiting. But they're the one losing ground. When someone tells you a half-truth, don't respond immediately. Just look at them in the eyes. Stay silent. When they ask a question, wait 3 seconds. Watch them think. Observe their shift into self-defense. Don't use silence as punishment. Treat it like a heavy presence, like a dense cloud that changes the room. The one who speaks spreads power. The one who stays silent accumulates it. The human ego can tolerate only one thing poorly: pressure. The moment you force an idea onto someone, they resist it, because the idea is yours, not theirs. But if you give them 2 options and let them choose which door to open, they feel like they're exercising free will. Both doors lead where you want. Tell a child, go to bed now, and they rebel. Say, do you want to sleep now or in 5 minutes? They choose 5 minutes. They feel victorious, but the outcome is the same. They sleep. Adults are just children who use longer sentences. In business, instead of saying, you must sign this contract, say, if you sign today, we lock in the price, or you can wait until next quarter. Costs go up 15%. Your choice. You removed pressure. You handed them control. Their pride relaxes, and they move exactly where you designed. You're not a dictator. You're an architect of the landscape. There's no magnet stronger than a sign that says, do not enter. The moment someone tells you, don't do this, you want it instantly. Want someone to fall in love with you. Don't sell yourself. Withdraw. I don't think anything will happen between us. We're too similar. Or, this content is disturbing for most people. You probably shouldn't watch it. You did, didn't you? You're still reading right now. Because when someone says, don't, your ego screams, watch me. Don't criticize people. Exclude them. Block them. Say, you're not ready for this. Watch how they struggle to prove themselves. You're no longer a salesperson. You're the prize. Most people fight to win arguments. A strategist fights to lose. Temporarily. When someone attacks you, don't defend yourself. Accept it. Go further. You're right. The plan is risky. Maybe we shouldn't do it. Maybe we should just stay where we are. Watch their eyes. They were ready for resistance. When you surrender, they lose balance. They step forward, and suddenly they start arguing against their own caution. Well, I didn't mean we should do nothing. Once you remove resistance, they are forced to fill the void, and often they end up defending your position, just to restore equilibrium. You don't need to hold the wheel. Sometimes it's enough to let go. Alignment will carry you exactly where you want to go. Everyone is the protagonist of their own story. They don't see you. They're searching for their reflection inside you. If you want to influence someone, don't try to convince them with logic. It won't work. Your thoughts will feel foreign to them. Instead, mirror who they wish they were. People are full of fantasies about who they want to become. Noble, intelligent, dangerous, kind. Treat them as if they already are that person, and they become addicted to you. I know you're someone who values loyalty. You're too smart not to understand this. You know how to take risks. You've labeled them. Now their ego must live up to it. Tell someone, you're too fair to let a small detail ruin this deal, and they'll accept that detail just to prove they're fair. You trap them with their own vanity. When you need someone to do something difficult, don't beg. Don't offer rewards. Don't question their ability. I need this handled, but honestly it looks a bit too complex for you. Maybe I should give it to someone else. I was going to offer you something, but I don't think you'd want to take this risk. The ego can't tolerate that. It feels like a threat to status. They must prove you wrong. They take responsibility. They take the risk just to restore superiority. But be careful. Too harsh feels like an insult. Too soft feels like concern. And concern is harder to fight. Make it seem like you're protecting them from failure. They'll rush to prove they don't need your protection. People claim they want freedom. They don't. True freedom paralyzes. It's a void. When you say, do whatever you want, it doesn't matter to me. You don't free them. You amplify their anxiety. In relationships, constantly asking where your partner is signals weakness. The one who says, go out, have fun, do whatever you want, holds the power. Why? Because when you grant total freedom, you remove the thrill of rebellion. If nothing is forbidden, nothing is exciting. And you show that you don't fear losing them, because you don't feel you possess them. That's unsettling. It signals options, security, abundance. Suddenly they stop focusing on the freedom you gave them. They start questioning why it was so easy. They stay not out of obligation, but out of fear of your indifference. When you do something too well, you get punished for it. Fix the printer once, your IT forever. Carry the emotional load in a relationship, and you'll carry it until it breaks you. Sometimes the most strategic move is intentional failure. Rush it. Forget it. Do it badly. So they never ask you again. This is weaponized reluctance. It protects your time and filters out what doesn't serve your purpose. Don't try to catch every falling plate to be a hero. Let some shatter. The sound of breaking glass is often the only way people realize your value. What we value is what we might lose. You can be attractive, talented, beautiful, intelligent, but if you're always available, you have no value. Supply and demand apply to the human soul. If you feel undervalued, don't complain. Don't argue. Disappear. Withdraw your energy. Respond slower. Show less excitement. Cancel a plan. Create a gap where your support used to be. That sudden absence triggers instinctive fear. Did I lose them? What changed? They'll chase. They'll compensate. They'll suddenly feel how much space you occupied, because now it's empty. But do it without anger. Withdraw in anger, and it becomes a crisis. Withdraw calmly, and it becomes power. You show that you're fine without them, and that is the only signal that earns real respect. Now stop. Take a deep breath. You're imagining how to use these tactics on your boss, your co-workers, your enemies. You see the strings you'll pull, but you're missing the point. Why do you feel the need to control them? Because you feel lost. The desire to manipulate is born from fear. Fear of abandonment, fear of being insignificant, fear of unpredictable people in a chaotic world. You want to use reverse psychology as armor, a way to guarantee outcomes in uncertainty. Here's the paradox. These rules only work when you don't need them. The truly secure person applies them naturally, because they don't care what happens. They are scarce because they have a life, mysterious because they don't seek approval, unthreatened because they let others choose. These tactics are not tricks. They're reflections of a mindset. If you use them desperately to make someone love or respect you, the stench of need fills the air. You can't fake indifference forever. The mask always slips. So the real work is to internalize reverse psychology. Convince yourself that you don't need outcomes. Build a life so rich, a mind so strong, a purpose so clear that rejection becomes data, not a wound. When the world realizes it doesn't need your success, it starts chasing you. Your task: don't try all 13 rules at once. Pick one, the one that scares you most. Silence, withdrawal, facing an insult. Try it once. Watch the reactions. Notice how dynamics shift. Observe how the energy in the room flows from them to you. You'll realize you are playing with your arms tied behind your back. You are following rules that no longer apply. You're not late. This is perfect timing. The world is a chessboard. Most people are pawns, frozen, staring at the square in front of them. It's time to be the hand that moves the pieces.